LessonPix is thrilled to now provide all of our generated materials in PowerPoint format. This is great for the SLPs who are moving into telepractice or teachers who suddenly need to support remote learning. This new feature provides a simple, one-click process to convert your PDF to PowerPoint in one of 3 styles. Let's take a look. We'll start off with this great game I found in the Sharing Center by Catherine Morris. It's based on the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numeroff. As always, you can still download this as a PDF file, and you can still reload the tray with these pictures using the Load All link. However, there's also a new section called Other Download Formats. Clicking on that, we'll see 3 new options, all based on PowerPoint. Let's click this first option, which will create a PowerPoint file with each page set as the background image on a separate slide. Opening the file in PowerPoint, you need to click Enable Editing to interact with the page. Notice that because the game board is set as a background image, it won't move if you try and drag it. This is intentional. Let's do something simple and add a circle that can be moved as a token. Click Insert and then Shapes and choose the circle. Draw a circle on the page to act as a token and move it around. Notice that the circle moves but the board doesn't. Perfect for having a remote client move their piece. Let's get more creative. Head back to LessonPix and click on the mouse image. Now right-click and choose Copy Image. You can also export the symbols as a PNG file if needed. Heading back to PowerPoint, paste the mouse into the page. Resize the mouse and move it to the starting box. To be extra fancy, choose Format on the menu, and then add a drop shadow just to make it look like it's floating over the board. This is a great activity to share via Zoom or other remote access tool. Moving a token around on the material is so powerful, we've added another option to make it simpler. Going back to the material page, notice the second option says With Tokens. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Notice there are now a whole bunch of icons around the page. Enable Editing and check out the tokens. We can put 3 token players in the starting box. For a different material, like Find the Picture, we might want the magnifying glass for a student to indicate where they're looking. Or perhaps the splat icons for covering up a bingo game or a bingo dauber page. Make as many copies of each token as you'd like. In this case, we'll just keep the 3 player tokens. Then, simply delete the tokens you don't want. Save the presentation, and you're ready for your remote session. In both of these options, you'll notice the material is intentionally fixed to the background. Sometimes that won't be what you want. Let's take a look at how to use PowerPoint with movable pages. Going back to our game board, let's add the symbols to the tray and make an activity more specific to your client. We'll choose one-page pictures to put each picture on its own page. Like always, you could change the text or translate the words, but we'll leave them alone. We'll set the title and choose a simple font and click Finish. You can see the preview on the right, and you can still download the PDF if you'd like. However, notice the second button, Other Download Formats. When we click that, we're brought to the Other Download Formats section for this new material. This time, we'll choose PowerPoint Moveable style. Opening up the file in PowerPoint and enabling editing, we see a full-screen presentation with 1 page per slide. This time, however, the pages can be moved and adjusted just like any other images. This opens up lots of possibilities. For example, you could leave room for your student to draw with the pen tools. Or you could add follow-up questions on each vocabulary word. You could even work on spelling and math skills. We hope you enjoy this powerful new feature and that you put it to great use as we all learn to work remotely. Be sure to write up your success stories in the Sharing Center or send us a note at support@lessonpix.com. We can't wait to see what you come up with, and as always, good luck and have fun.